Looks like EA finally attempted to address the Rush AFK situation that's been plaguing Rush since day one, basically. Been a couple changes to Rush, which are very nice to see. There's been other stuff changed as well in this new patch, so we'll go and look at. I just spent an hour, guys, an hour recording this entire video once over, and I opened this pic at the end of it, and I know what I got in this pic. You guys want to see? You want to see what I got? Let's reveal all here. I opened this 10 minutes ago, and I looked and went and checked my recording, and I saw that I was not recording. This is like the third time in the last 6 months I've done this. And Wara pick, great job. I was going to open that for the end of the video today. Not anymore. So there you go. You got it there. I'm going to attempt to not go insane. Succession is coming this Friday as well instead of Thunderstruck Team 2, apparently, which is odd. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Even this update, there was some other stuff too besides Rush. So let's get into all of that now, actually. Well, before we even do that, I want to say thank you for being here, of course. Yesterday, we got over 400 likes, which is insane for a daily video of mine. I can tell the video was shown to more people. So like the like button just, I don't know why YouTube is obsessed with it, but if you like the video on a day-to-day basis, I'm in debt to you big time. So thank you for that. And okay, there's a lot to talk about. Let's begin with the patch notes. First thing here was gameplay. They added the classic 10 and wide half player roles, as well as 13 focuses. So first of all, classic 10, you kind of know what that is, right? And wide half is apparently a CDM that plays out wide somewhat. That I think is like the leak. And also there's 13 focuses. Now, if you're wondering what focuses are, I actually was wondering this myself. In your custom tactics, you have the role, which is the, say, for your defender, for your right back, let's say, the role is fullback, attacking wingback, right? You can choose between those ones. The focus is the attack, balanced, or defensive part, right? That like 3 there, where most positions you can choose between like attack, balanced, or defensive. That is the focus. So they're apparently adding, like, my guess is another focus or 2 onto each position would be my guess there. Some of them there's like a roaming, right? Center mid, there's roaming as well, which is one of them. So that's what the focuses are. I guess we don't know the names of them, so we'll just wait and see what those look like. And there was some backlash to that part where it's like they're adding new roles 2 months in. It shows you this is just a beta, right? They actually did announce that before release. They said they were going to add new roles into the game later on. So to be fair, they did say before the release came out that they were going to add new roles. Now, the thing is with this is that, of course, they could add the most insanely OP, for some reason, instruction. Say, hypothetically quickly, they could code and they added some crazy AI attacking tactic or something like that. They could just add that and only release it for players that they decide to release it with. Does that make sense? Like, in theory, the classic 10 could be insane and the wide half could be super OP and only cards in the new promos have it, right? In theory. So just welcome to 2025, where spend money, you fucking moron, on literally everything that you possibly can. Okay, we'll keep going. Slightly increased speed of drag backs. Maybe we're back to FIFA 20 where drag backs are half decent. I don't know. Increasing the speed of literally anything to me helps because the gameplay is quite slow right now. These 2 bullet points, they were improving some speed and consistency of like lower tier skill moves. Okay, this bullet point here was one of the more important ones. Attacking players can now can now come back to an onside position quicker than before. That was a problem, especially with advanced forward to me. They were just offside constantly. I couldn't stand advanced forward. Poacher plus was always the one that I could like reliably have on side. Maybe now advanced forward will be better with this new update there. Also, if you're a player lock nerd out there, you can now player switch during a pass while in player lock. So add another finger onto your octopus fingers to have normal attacking AI in your game. I don't know why. I'm in a bad mood. I just recorded for an hour. I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be unfair. There's some good stuff in here. Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. And this is one of them. Improved defensive logic for tracking runs during kickoffs. Now, this has been like an exact blurb in the patch notes in previous FIFAs, and it doesn't really do much, but hey, we know kickoff needs help. Okay, it needs help, and hopefully, please, that does something. Nextly, yeah, it's not going good, guys. Next, the attacking team center backs could have pushed too far up the pitch in some cases. Okay, I guess center backs were too high up the pitch sometimes. I don't know when that happens. Nothing crazily interesting here until you get like player switching fixes, which always can be a good thing because switching always can be improved. We keep going here. Improved referee logic for certain things. All right, but honestly, the biggest change for me, all all these bullet points here in terms of gameplay fixes is this down here. In some cases, defenders could have won the ball from behind the ball carrier easier than intended. That was so bad. That was genuinely one of the worst things about this gameplay. But nice to see that being fixed there. If you always want to pause and read through all this, you sure can. But okay, now on to like one of the best changes here for sure is that EA have reduced the rush match length from 7 minutes to 5 minutes, and that does make a big difference over time for sure. Kelme says before patch 7 games times 7 minutes equals 49 minutes. After patch 10 games times 5 minutes equals 50 minutes. So obviously you can see where just over time that really will help towards quicker rush games. So that's a nice change because 7-minute rush games were pretty bad. They were getting pretty bad, especially with the AFK problem, which the third bullet point hopefully can try and help. Players not actively engaging in a rush match are now more likely to be kicked from the match. Now, I'm kind of curious to how they're going to try and do this because rubber banders, like how can they tell the difference between a rubber bander and a person who is just playing the game normally? I'm hoping that they have a good like algorithm to try and detect that because it's not like they just put their controllers down and didn't get kicked, right? They were rubber banding. So I wonder how they're going to go about doing that. If they have a way to do it, then that's fantastic. If they could actually do something about this problem, that will make Rush playable again. Rush isn't completely unplayable, I would say, but it's getting there. It's been getting there. It was there for a little while because of certain objectives, but yeah, the AFK rush problem has been a gigantic problem, and hopefully that this will do something to help that. I'm just curious to know what exactly they will do. More bug fixes here. If you want to pause the video to look at the career mode stuff, the club stuff, you always can. We'll scroll down here until this part. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, this was a really interesting bullet point at the very end. Some lower rated teams were easier to play against than intended on legendary difficulty. In squad battles, I'm assuming, right? It doesn't say squad battles, but I'm going to assume it's squad battles. So they made legendary difficulty even harder. Didn't they like patch it once already? Was that last year they patched it, or was that this year they patched legendary difficulty already to make it harder? So apparently, yes, it is even harder now. So what do you think about that? It feels very fishy that mode mastery comes out, you make legendary harder. Now maybe it's harder for everyone, so the points don't really change at all, so nothing really changes too much. But I don't know. What do you guys think of legendary difficulty getting even harder? Because just because. And then with that update, they appear to be running maintenance as well, 5 a.m. UTC. So when you're seeing this video pretty much is when it's supposed to start and last for about 6 hours. So, okay, it's a big one. It'll last for a long time. You know, the jokes write themselves. And what's also interesting is that right around content time today, they actually made League SBCs expire in 3 days instead of 19 days, which is strange. So I wonder if they're actually going to upgrade these potentially. God, I hope so. I feel like they're not going to add these and then get rid of them. I feel like they're going to have to either just for some reason refresh the exact same or make them better. I would hope to make them better. If they happen to not re-release this, like if it goes away at 3 days and then not re-release it, I probably will smash this keyboard. Every letter of this keyboard will be on the floor. But I'm really hoping, I'd be so excited to see this get better. Please, please. And they did fix the XP bug. It was like an hour after my video yesterday. They managed to fix the like player career, manager career XP bug that was going around. So your road to Konate can officially start. And some people were saying though that it was fixed and then a couple hours later it was then broken again and it's still broken. So if that's happening to you, let me know in the comments. But I think for most people it is fixed, which is nice. And of course, it now says 1 day here, by the way. They're not going to add more time to it, so you better get those done pretty quickly if you want to complete them, of course. And okay, on to the next bit of news here, and that Succession promo is coming this Friday, apparently, which is strange. I'm guessing this will be paired with Thunderstruck Team 2, I would guess, because I'd be very surprised to not see 2 Thunderstruck teams. Heroes and icons included. We saw the card designs yesterday, so maybe we see 2 promos this weekend, or it really is going to be just 1, and we get 1 Black Friday Thunderstruck team. I'd be surprised by that, but there's no leaks for it yet. But what there are leaks for is team of the week, and that's Virgil van Dijk. So yeah, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your asshole. He's coming for it. And a couple more players also. We got Kluivert and Shada to be in the team of the week today, and then one last player is Julian Alvarez. So he's going to be in the team of the week as well, and that's the only 4 we've got at the moment, I believe. Next up is Bundesliga Player of the Month nominees, and there's a couple, you know, fun names in here. Marmouche is in there again. Musiala, Verts, Upamecano. I have no idea who could win this. Not a clue. So if someone somebody in the comments could tell me and tell us, please, you're up to date with your ball knowledge in the Bundesliga, please let us know. And yes, he's back again, boys. FUT Agents doesn't go a day without leaking something, and he's telling you that Ezekiel Avila is coming as a World Tour player, apparently. Okay, I feel like Avila always gets like one good card in FIFA every year. And guys, UFL tomorrow. It literally comes out in 24 hours from now, basically, when I'm recording this video. I'm very excited for it myself. I'm going to be playing it for sure. And I want to ask you guys, like, how much into the UFL news should we go into? Should we not cover it on the channel? Should we cover some of it? Should we cover all of it? I mean, I don't really know what to do. When I made this channel, my thought was like, I'm going to cover all football gaming news, right? That's kind of what my goal was, but I don't know how far we want to cover UFL. And obviously, our formula wouldn't change, but we just add some UFL news, or we talk about it in the second channel more, or we would, I don't know what to do exactly with it, but I'm very excited for it, and I hope it's fun, and it comes out tomorrow. And there's also a lot of hype for it. Like, there's actually a lot of engagement on their Twitter. There's a good view counts for videos revolving it. I mean, there's a market for this game, and you know what? That to me is a damning sign, because they have all the resources in the world. EA does. There's still a market for football game. It shows you that people are fed up with what has been going on here. Maybe that's cope. Maybe that is just pure cope for me, but it just shows me that there is a market for another football game out there, and I'm really hoping UFL can take advantage of that, because PES, unfortunately, has not really done that yet. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about covering UFL and like kind of what we should do with that, right? Like, I'm not really sure how to attack it, but okay, let's read your comments now. The market we talked about yesterday. I'll talk about it more tomorrow when we have rivals rewards, and right now there's maintenance anyway on the game. So okay, Farhan says, I think EA don't understand that they need everyone, casuals, pros, whales. If casuals leave, you lose more than 60% of the player base. Then who's gonna play against the money spending idiots? And that's true. You need everybody. I mean, I think this is what EA struggle to understand sometimes. Like, they take for granted that a hardcore player will just stay no matter what. Like, they take that for granted, when I've never seen more hardcore FIFA players leave. I've never seen more do that. It's like, yeah, it turns out when you just take things away one by one, year after year, people get tired of it. Stunner, I know. But if you only have whales, then you lose the ecosystem. Like, you need the whole ecosystem to flourish, right? That's what I think the most successful games do, like Fortnite, like name your extremely popular game that is out there. I think they have a full ecosystem, and I think FC just struggles with that. I think they struggle with that because they're so fucking greedy. They're like, yeah, we could do that, but imagine we didn't. Let's see what happens. We'll make more money, but like, fuck it, we'll go down with the ship. Joey Tabor, my biggest issue is pace. I will absolutely cook a skill move or a 1-2 only for the defender to catch me from behind every single time. And that is a problem. Like, people want games where pace doesn't matter, and I understand that to a certain degree, but having pace not meaning really anything apart from like quick step plus, right? You can quick step boosts, but you have problems where, yeah, you cook somebody with a skill move, you do a 1-2, you're not probably getting around them. Like, it's very difficult to get around that defender this year. The last defender, especially with defenders only getting more pace as the year goes on, I mean, it's only going to get harder. So I think that people want a game where like pace doesn't matter until we have a game where pace doesn't matter, and people are like, oh yeah, that's actually not that fun. I think there are ways they could do it better, but as of right now, it's kind of irrelevant. Really, your pace is pretty fake this year. And then Heartful says, I am more convinced that EA have given up on bringing back casuals, and with mode mastery, are just focused on the sweats and elite players in the game now. If that's the case, I mean, they're just fucking idiots. I'm sorry. You cannot give up on bringing back casuals. If you give up on that, you have given up on your game. You absolutely cannot do that. You need everybody. Like I was saying before, you have to have everybody. So I don't think that's the case. If it is, they are dumber than I expected, that's saying something. What's up? Okay, I now need to hurry and get this video out because I am a fucking moron. So I am sorry that I might be late. And I thank you for being here. I mean, I appreciate you all so much. Hope you all say to resume. Peace.